What's up, everybody? Chef Marcus Giuliano here, your chef on a mission on YouTube. I am back a little bit. I have not posted that much original content to YouTube in a long time, and I apologize. I'm teetering at 100,000 subscribers. I'm just a few off the making of this video. So I wanted to share an experience with you about acid reflux and my ongoing dilemma with acid reflux for the last 20 years. It's been on and off, and it's been good, it's been bad, and it's been terrible, my acid reflux. And I just want to give a disclaimer that I'm not a doctor. I'm just telling you what simply may have worked for me. One of my best videos ever here on YouTube is about baking soda, how baking soda is used for acid reflux. So your body produces sodium bicarbonate. And if your body doesn't produce enough, it doesn't alkalize your food properly, and then you can have digestion problems. And there's a lot of things that build up to digestion problems. I just recently, like in the last 2 years, I was having terrible issues on and off, probably in the last 3 or 4 years, terrible issues on and off, where I would wake up at night, my throat was burning. I mean, it was terrible. And I would drink baking soda and it would go away. And I would repeat this process the next day, and some days were better than others. So I want to give you some basic guidelines, what I found have worked phenomenal for me for acid reflux. So baking soda, yes, has worked for me, but baking soda is only masking the problem. And I've said this in several other past videos, that baking soda just masks the problem. It doesn't really address why the food is in your body to begin with and why your body is like that. So, of course, food combining is super important. Eating at the right times of the day is super important. If I ate, 8, 9 o'clock at night versus 6 o'clock, I always had a big difference no matter what I ate. But I'm going to share with you the one secret that has really helped me massively in the last 2 months, like massively, where I have not had to take any baking soda. I've been able to sleep through the night. I've not waken up. It's amazing. So, and like the baking soda is just like, oh, I still travel with baking soda, and I travel with baking soda because I just always have, because even when I was perfectly fine with my digestion, I always have, because I just know that when I'm traveling, I tend to eat late. I tend to eat foods I typically don't eat, and that's where the problem may arise. So 2 months ago, actually maybe 4 months ago, 4 months ago, I was diagnosed with a hiatal hernia, which is when your stomach starts going up into your esophagus, and a chiropractor can push that down. And I was attributing my poor digestion and my acid reflux to that, and that got pushed back. At a chiropractor got in there and pushed it down, and it actually helped. It improved a little bit. Felt I had more energy, and my food I thought was being assimilated better, and but then all of a sudden, a few weeks later, I'm back into the same situation. I started taking massive amounts of digestive enzymes, and I got to a point where I was afraid to drink water, because when you drink water, you dilute your digestive enzymes, and then all of a sudden acid reflux comes on. And I got to a point where I was afraid to drink water. I was getting dehydrated. It got that bad. So I was taking digestive enzymes. That really wasn't working. I was taking them before a meal, after a meal, in between a meal. I was taking them whenever I could. I was taking a lot of them. Still wasn't working. And so I said, let me try some Acidophilus. So I don't, I don't support a brand in particular here, but I've used Jarrow many times over the years. And this is a really strong version, 10 billion organisms. You can get 3 million, something like that. This is 10 million. I was like, let me just get the strongest one I can get and see what's happening with Acidophilus, because Acidophilus is that really good gut bacteria that's in your system that helps you digest food, keeps out germs, builds your immune system, all that kind of the good bacteria in your system. And a lot of us are very deficient of that. So I started taking these, and I'm going to tell you, within the first day I took, there's 10 billion here. I probably took like 4 or 5 pills the first day, overkill. Now I take about 2 or 3 a day. And I've got to tell you that since I started taking these, I have not had to drink baking soda once. I can now drink more normal levels of water to stay hydrated, and like total turnaround from just taking Acidophilus. So, and again, no baking soda needed, which is a really cool part because I was living on baking soda there for a while. I knew baking soda wasn't the answer. Baking soda was only what was getting me through the night by night. Now, did I improve what I'm eating? Yes, I did improve what I'm eating as well, because it always helps. Food combining always helps. General rule is when you combine foods, you don't want to do 2 condensed foods at the same time. Condensed foods are things like a steak and a potato because they're low water content. The higher water content foods you eat, the easier it is to digest. And of course, there are rules for eating fruit first. You don't eat fruit after a meal. Fruit in the morning is best, not fruit at night, because it goes behind the other food. Fruit wants to go through your system very quickly. So I started eating a lot of fruit in the morning as well. I started eating a lot of mangoes, really just a lot of different fruits, watermelons, and at the same time with taking on this. But I've noticed that I can eat certain foods, and I don't eat many fried foods, but when I'm out sometimes, so I was just in Tennessee and the whole state was barbecue and fried foods. I found myself, eating some fried foods and still taking this, and I found myself still totally okay at night, and it was amazing. I would go to bed and I'm like, this is amazing to wake up in the morning not having these pains, and being able to drink water and not having these terrible pains. So just thought I'd share this on acid reflux. I've done several videos on acid reflux and digestion, and always gotten a lot of views on them and some positive feedback, and always had people thank me. So yeah, so Acidophilus, health food store is where you're going to get these. Some doctors do recommend these. Some doctors do recommend these if you're taking antibiotics, especially because antibiotics are going to kill off your good bacteria, as well as kill off some other things too. So if you are taking antibiotics, I've always gone to a doctor, medical doctor, that has always recommended you take these in between. But ask your doctor, ask your medical professional, go to and you can actually get a prescription too for Acidophilus. So my father used to get a prescription for it from his doctor. So that's it. Just thought I'd share some information here. If you like this, if this information is valuable, just hit the like button, leave a comment, share it with other people. And that is it. Everybody have an amazing day, and thanks for tuning in to my YouTube.